As long as we don't lust this boss, we're good. No! Dude! No! You know what we need to do? We need to get a real key. We called it! Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Bogdan here. On April 11th, we kickstarted the Impossible Challenge. If you need a quick reminder of the rules and everything we have done so far, check the description box below this video. And if you want to catch up on the full live stream as well as bits and pieces of it, there will be links to it at the end of the video. As with previous keys that we have run, I am doing a parallel voiceover commentary for the 16 SBG key. If you enjoyed this format and you found wisdom and value from this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Now let's get right into it. Okay, so we got SBG 16. Let's just go do it. Let's get it over with. We're 377 equipped. If we're getting Ruby Life Pools 18 after this, it's fine. All right, so over here, I'm looking for a couple of people to add to the group. It's going to be a PUG, as always. These are the rules of the game. Sure, we can take a Paladin. We got a Paladin healer. Let's get the Paladin DPS so we have the trio. Now let's drop Eye of Tear and let's get Blessing of Spell Warding. 3, 2. What's funny is that I actually didn't end up using Blessing of Swording that much. I'm gonna use this because we have so many Paladins now. I went Protection Aura because we have so many Paladins, they can use the other auras here. And we're going into the first pull. The first pull is a little bit dangerous because of the constructs. Warrior handles them very easily with Spell Reflect and of course Anti-Magic Shell by the DK. You can also use Spell Block on the Warrior. And because Paladin has talents with Spell Block, it also does very, very well against these mobs. Just make sure you keep it up all the time, but you also keep kiting. It's a 16. I'm not super scared, but I am definitely super undergeared, so better play it safe. Here we avoid the blueberry, and we immediately go and we pull these fur mobs. These definitely truck tanks. Let's play our damage mitigation well in this dungeon. Yeah, that's why I made the point of playing it well. I can definitely feel the fact that I don't have Eye of Tear every 45 seconds. Like I didn't have it for this pack right at the beginning. That's a very good point because actually not taking the cooldown reduction on Eye of Tear can definitely set you up for failure during smaller keys like a 16 because they don't come back up. The cooldowns don't come back up. We have wings for this one. And when it's lower cooldown, you can actually rotate it 2 times per pack if the DPS isn't high enough. I might actually Blessing of Spell Warding this. Should I? This is a good pack where you want to use defensive cooldowns to stay alive and also kite. No, I got Eye of Tear. Eye of Tear is definitely one of the most OP cooldown reductions right now in the game. Make use of it. Why does it feel so strong? It definitely feels strong. Why does this class feel so strong? Look at my item level. Dude, I don't know. Ugh. I was lost for words there, but I mean, a lot of people have been, I don't want to say necessarily complaining, but pointing out the fact that Paladins are definitely pretty good. It is quite a big reminder of how Warrior was at the start of the expansion and also during beta, but it has received several nerfs. The Paladin is also going to get adjusted. And especially in Season 2, we're going to see some more adjustments, some more nerfs here and there. I'm still expecting it to be top tier, but it also scales very well with gear and with the tier set. So right now, I'm not nearly at my full potential. You will see by the end of this run, I will be able to get at least that second tier. Somebody's going to be kind enough to trade it to me. This boss is pretty easy for the Paladin. Just make sure that you keep your active mitigation up. And every single time you see those stacks that look like the shadow blades on a rogue, when she does the third one, that's when you want to use active mitigation because she is going to truck the tank. Here, when she goes to the middle, you can sit anywhere on the outer edge. It doesn't need to be necessarily the circles. That is a misconception between players. I've had runs where people were stunned by thundering because of it. As soon as the boss is down, you want to go to this pack. You want to kick the far mob. Don't kick the other 2 near. I ended up doing it because I wanted to pump damage and also because of the talent that gives me a free Crusader Strike. But you definitely want to wait a little bit with it. So right now I'm focusing on doing as many kicks as possible. Don't want to rely on my team too much, although they are pretty on point and I can see that their reaction times are very good. I don't want to pull too big here. There's a lot of kicks. There's a lot of additional mobs being spawned. And as you can see, right, that was a very easy one-shot for that Paladin. Nobody kicked some of those mobs. I didn't have my proper interrupt up in order to help keep him alive. Maybe that was a blessing of spell warding on him type of angle. But again, you cannot really predict where every single mob casts on which player. And then, of course, we do the second Exhumer. They're gonna also spawn some additional mobs. By this time, I can interrupt all of them. We get this one done. Then we slowly go here, take it to the right, don't want to spawn any additional mobs, and we go on to boss number 2. This boss is not that dangerous. It's just when he does the frontal on the tank, make sure that nobody sits in front of him. When he does this one, just nobody sit in front. You're gonna get one shot, and the tanks definitely pop some active mitigation. I sort of tested it out a little bit there, and I realized, yeah, I can survive with no active mitigation, but it can definitely help if I pop some. So here in the Shadow Realm, I actually don't go on the ad. There's no point as a tank to go on the ad. You are going to survive the damage. So it's better if you just stick on the boss and pump damage on the boss. So the boss here is gonna be lower and lower on HP. When it's definitely under 10% HP, I want to trigger the mob here on the left, as you'll see here in a second. Because as soon as the boss is going to be defeated, this mob is going to be despawned. And when you engage the pack after the boss, if you didn't trigger that mob will be triggered by the Exhumer. We defeat the boss, the mob is going to despawn. We're going to pull this pack. Only one Exhumer, we don't want to get the second one that is patrolling in the back. I interrupt all of them, I get them back here, I keep kicks up, and my team is also on point here. Storming can be a little bit annoying on this pack, but nothing too crazy. Just make sure you position yourself. We need this Exhumer both for count, and we can always defeat it as we're kiting it back. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that dangerous of a mob. Even in higher fortified, just make sure you interrupt it. Now these bad boys, on the other hand, these are pretty dangerous. I've never seen that spider cast that fast. Like basically right as I pull, it usually takes about 2 to 3 seconds before it starts casting. But that one just started casting right away. Interrupting it. When they're low, I want to kite it into the small packs of spiders. Deal with these, but I don't want to linger here for way too long. And I actually have a surprise for you guys here in just a second. I'm going to pull these 2 additional spiders. And then here I'm going to have a reaction. Wait, we have an Exhumer. She's still up. The Exhumer is still alive. Everybody just ignores it. It's a 16 and nothing does damage. It's SBG. Everybody just ignores the Exhumer. Hey boys, you think we should take care of this mob that's behind? Nope. It's better to take care of the mobs definitely in higher keys, but nothing better than to troll around a little bit. That mob is not that dangerous, as you could see, and nobody got one shot by it. It's a little bit dangerous to actually pull these guys here into the first worm. It's better if you pull them into the second worm. And also, the biggest challenge with this, the tank can get knocked off the platform, because if one of those casts goes on the tank, he is going to be extremely slow. That's a big worm. I'm just going to wall. I'm still not taking damage. Kind of a misuse of wall. I don't want to say misuse, but miscalculation. I don't want to bash this dungeon because bosses do quite a bit of damage on, especially on Tyrannical in this place. And as we saw even in the MDI, right, people wipe on third boss that literally has no mechanics. Yeah, when I saw so many wipes on the MDI, that was really funny to see teams wipe on the MDI. As long as we don't lust this boss, we're good. No! Dude! No! No! What do you mean? Why did you lust? Why did we lust? Nobody said lust. Yeah, nobody called lust, but it's funny because we had lust for such a long time. We didn't lust right as we started the boss. We lusted just randomly right as the boss was getting ready to submerge. So I don't know why. Either the person was trolling or didn't know that well the fight or the timers, but that's fine. And of course, after the boss, you want to go on to the second to last pack. It's not that dangerous of a pack, but there's definitely a number of kicks here, and you want to stay on point. If you don't have interrupts for the bats, you want to dispel. You know what we need to do? We need to get a real key. And by a real key, I actually mean like a Ruby Life Pools or an Azure Vaults. And we're actually gonna get something really good here at the end. We're gonna deal with the blueberries, pretty standard. Here, you want to Bloodlust these on a high fortified every single week. You don't want to save the lust for the bosses. The bosses are pretty easy. On Tyrannical, however, you do want to lust the bosses. You want to lust the last boss and the first boss for sure. Second and third boss are not that dangerous. They're not that important. Here, you want to focus down the wall. Make sure that you do not stand in the purple stuff. You're going to take a lot of damage. I do have Blessing of Spell Warding if I need to save somebody. And I want to position the boss properly so my team cleaves on both the boss as well as the wall. And over here, it's not that dangerous. This boss, as long as you don't stand in the purple beams that come down from the sky, you're not going to get one shot. Everything should be good. The boss goes down fairly easily. And to my surprise, actually, we managed to 3-chest this key. Very good performance from the whole team, and I'm actually able to get over 1k in rating. Bro, let's go! We got tier 2. A 2-piece. What did we get? We called it Ruby Life Pools. This is where it's gonna be decided. We're gonna do a 19 Ruby. We do have 2 set now. Well, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the future videos we're uploading. Thank you very much for watching this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. If you want to watch another clip from the live stream, definitely click here. I recommend this one. And if you want to watch the full live stream, click here.